Welcome back to Belinda's Babies. I have an exciting video here today. First of all, I have my sweet My Generation doll. And you know what? I didn't think that I would actually get excited about these dolls, about 18-inch dolls, because I was never much of a Barbie kind of person. But these 18-inch dolls, I don't know. I have the one at home that I really like, and I got some more clothes for her, and that was my Aurora, the Disney doll. And then I found this one at the thrift store. And then Trevor bought me a couple of babies, or not babies, My Life dolls, which are not our generation. I was looking for our generation. I said to Trevor, how about we go down to Walmart before he goes and plays some poker and see if we can find some our generation clothing that I can make some videos, and I can play with this girl some more and that sort of stuff. And he's like, okay, so we go down. There's no our generation dolls in this Walmart. Or maybe there's not in any Walmart. I don't know. I thought there was in Churro, but not in this Walmart. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I seen these dolls, My Life dolls, and I've seen My Life dolls before. And you're looking, and Trevor goes, well, do you want to get one? I'm like, well, yeah, I'll get one. And then we were looking, and I had one, and then we seen these ones, and let me show you. Now, we're going to sit Sally Ann here, because Sally Ann's just going to sit and watch this adventure. Don't fall over, Sally Ann. Is she going to fall over? Is she not going to stabilize herself well? I think you need some doll stands for these dolls. But my gosh, her hair turned out so much beautiful, and I really love her hair. I really love her hair. So I'll tell you, we went shopping, and I said, well, I want to look for some clothes. And then couldn't find My Generation stuff at all, but could find My Life doll clothes. And these are 18-inch dolls also. So I thought, well, this is going to work. So I got her some pajamas, and they have nice little booties. And then another set of pajamas with a little eye mask. And I thought, well, this is going to be fun. But lo and behold, in around there was My Life dolls. And not just My Life dolls. I'll set that receipt. Where am I going to? I'll put that in my back pocket. These are Harry Potter My Life dolls. And not only did he buy me one, he bought me two My Life Harry Potter dolls. Can you see her? Look at these dolls. Look at the beautiful outfits on these dolls. And not only the beautiful outfits, there's 4 in the series. And Trevor's like, well, do you want to buy all 4? And I'm like, are you serious? And then I'm thinking, well, how in the heckers am I going to get these home? He's so kind and sweet to me. Without him, I would not have the dolls that I have in the collection that I have, because I have no funds. So without him, I wouldn't have the fun that I have. And I'm so very grateful that he bought me these 2 dolls. And I said, you know what, we're not going to be able to take 4 home. I mean, I'm going to have to take them out of the box. Not that I would leave them in a box anyway, because he's like, I hate when you buy things and you don't keep them in boxes. Well, I don't keep things in boxes. I want to play with them. So I want you guys to be here when I open these fun dolls. So let's get right to it, guys. Let's open the first one. Now this one is a Slytherin. This is a Slytherin girl. And let me see now. Does she have a name? I don't know anything about My Life dolls. What I see is My Life dolls, and compared to our generation dolls, they have, well, we'll compare them close up once I get them opened. But Sally Ann's going to sit right here, and there's a fancy pearls in her fancy night dress. And so let's open this doll. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Okay, so I'm really getting into these 18-inch dolls. And I discovered that there's so many things you can get for these dolls. Little kitchens, beds, little accessories, clothing. You can get all kinds of groceries. You can get dogs. You can get all kinds of things. Little packets, fun play sets for these dolls, in particular a horse. Oh my gosh, do you guys collect these dolls? I think I'm going to start collecting these dolls. Well, this is now, I'll have 4 18-inch dolls, and this is so exciting. This is so exciting. I said to Trevor, you're going to have to build me a shelf for these 18-inch dolls. And it's the hair. The hair is what's so fun. So let's take this doll out. Okay, we're going to set this box here. And this part just comes right off. So I'll have to take these dolls and put them in my suitcase on the way home. But these dolls can be so much fun to play with. Now let me tell you, when I was in Walmart, I was looking at some of the Barbies because I've never been much into Barbies. But recently I got a Barbie that is to represent Down syndrome. And I did a little video on research on that. And the video, when I started researching, I discovered that there's other Barbies out there. There's a deaf Barbie, there's a blind Barbie has a cane, there's a Barbie with diabetes, there's different Barbies. And so I thought, I think I will like to, over the years, collect those Barbies with various differences. I don't like to say disability, it is a difference. And so various differences. And so I thought, well, I think I'd like that. I was looking there today around the Barbies when I was at Walmart. I'll tell you this story while I'm opening this doll up. And when I was there, a lady came up to me, and she was a staff member. And she came up and she said, oh, you're looking at the Barbies. I will show all this in a minute. And I said, yes. And she said, you know what? I never ever had a Barbie growing up. And I said, oh, you didn't? And she said, no, I didn't. And she started talking about her mom and stuff. And she had quite an accent. And she said, so when my mother didn't either. And she said, when my mother's birthday come up, she's in her 90s. Oh, I don't want to cut that. Turn this over. She said, when my mom's birthday come up, I went and got her, and she pointed out the Barbie that she got was a Barbie with darker skin. She said, everyone in our family has dark skin. And she said, but you can never get those in Barbies. And I said, no. And she said, well, I got it for her birthday, and I gave it to her. She was so happy. She was so happy. She said she just explained how happy and excited she was that she got this Barbie for her mother. And it's so nice that there's different, not only cultural representation, but also differences in representation. I'm pronouncing that word wrong. So thank goodness for that. You know, I mean, why did Barbie wait so long to actually represent huge populations of people? Barbie also has this series called Yes You Can, or You Can Do It, or something like that. And it's different Barbies dressed in different, like, ones. Well, I got the violinist. There's a violinist. They're all different careers. And those were there too, which is really nice, because the reason why is when I was little, I wasn't into the Barbies. I was more into the baby dolls. Because the Barbies seem to be all about glorifying how someone looks and fancy dresses and beautiful body and all this stuff. And it just, I don't know. I didn't feel it. It just made me feel inferior in a way. So I never got into the Barbies. But now that there's Barbies with different, like I think there's even a curvy Barbie. I'm not sure, but I think there is even a curvy Barbie that you can get that's a little bit bigger. And sit there, Sally Ann. And so I love that Barbie has started doing that. They actually started representing people's, and it's just going to come off. Oh my gosh. I just want to say that story was so nice. Slytherin. It really made me smile, that story that she told me about her mom. And I said, you know what? These dolls that I have in my shopping cart, because she said to me, like, she said, you know, what's wrong with us? If we didn't have them when we were young, we didn't have a whole, what's wrong with us getting them when we were older? You know, we're grown women, we can get them when we were older. And this is before I even mentioned anything about that the dolls I had in my shopping cart were for me. And I started laughing and I said, yes, I'm a doll collector. And I said, these dolls that I have in the shopping cart are for me. And she just loved it. She just loved it. And it's, you know, you don't have to be like, and I love that right out of the blue, I met someone that spoke about that, you know, that you don't have to be a child to play with or to collect or to have dolls or any kind of collection. You don't have to be anything, you know? And sometimes maybe a lot of us when we were growing up, maybe, I don't know, we're treating each other, we're treating ourselves to all these things that maybe we hoped and wished for. Not saying our parents didn't treat us, but saying that, you know, we're lavishing ourselves more with dolls and gifts. Now, how do I get her out of here is the question. I hate these things because you just never know, right? Do I pull this off for her? I always worry about these things when you're getting them off. Oh, I think I got to go back there and cut because you don't want to. Oh, is that an elastic around there? Okay, it's some kind of elastic around there. Maybe. Bear with me here. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Is she coming out? Yes, she is. And it looks like there's little, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And once again, I don't know if these are supposed to represent teenagers or what, but they're not babies, that's for sure. I'm going to unclip this. They always clip them in so tightly. It makes it like frustrating. Oh, wait a minute now. So these dolls in Canada were $49.99. Look how pretty she is. Oh my gosh, their hair is always so nice. Look at her. Now, so she has, her hair is all tied back, or kind of pinned back, so there's kind of a little seam there. But I'll be combing her hair out. But look at her. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, guys. Her hair. So she has this beautiful outfit for Slytherin. She also has her snake, her wand. I don't think she's going to be able to hold that, is she? Oh, yes, her wand. And her little suitcase. Now, is she going to stand? Oh, she stands. Now, let's see. Does this suitcase open? It looks like it does, but I don't see where it opens. There we go. It opens and it has Slytherin on there. And it has a little tiny envelope. It just says Hogwarts. Hogwarts. And a little tiny piece of paper that says first year students will require 3 sets of plain work robes, 1 plain pointed hat, 1 pair of dragon hide gloves, and you need the following books, and all students must be equipped with the following things. That is really cool. You just put it in her little suitcase. Is that gonna... There. That is really, really cool. She is really nice. My gosh, she's nice. Now, what do these dolls look like under here? Oh, they do have a cloth body. I wasn't sure because I've never had one of these. What a beautiful collectible doll. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Now, her face pretty much looks exactly the same as the other doll, just with different colored hair. So maybe all My Life dolls are like that. I'm not sure, but I think that might be the case. So we're going to open up the other box. Set that box there. What are these things that fell out? I'll pick those up in a minute. I'm going to have another video changing them and playing with them and taking their clothes off and investigating them even further. I'll do that probably with a live. I'm going to do a live and I'm going to investigate them even further, comb their hair out a bit more. But my gosh, their hair is so pretty. Look at the hair. This gal has wavy hair. Now, once again, these 2 dolls are different. This is My Life. This is Our Generation doll that I got at the Salvation Army. Their heights, well, she has shoes on, so she's a little bit bigger. But my gosh, they're pretty dolls, guys. Look at them, so pretty. So let's sit both of them down, and we'll open up the next one. Can you sit there? I don't know if you can sit there. She keeps falling back. I'll have to lean her forward, and maybe she will stand. Will you stand okay? Maybe she'll stand and she won't fall over. Maybe. And she will, well, you got to put your arm down. Oh, she's got to hold her suitcase. Hold your suitcase. Oh, shoot. We'll just have her suitcase like that. and have Sally Ann like this. And can you look at the camera, Sally? And you guys are so beautiful. Like I said, her hair is blonde, but it's almost gray. It's almost gray. Gosh, I really like these 18-inch dolls. Maybe this is going to be another obsession of mine. I don't know. There's your Slytherin, your little stuffy. And let's open this. Now, this is, what doll is this? I think this is Gryffindor, which was the house of Harry Potter. So this is Gryffindor. And I think her little animal is a lion. So we're going to open her up and check her out. Where's my little scissors? So tell me, guys, do you guys like, collect, are interested in these dolls? Now, like I said, these dolls are more, I would say, my dolls. I never really considered myself someone who collected dolls besides baby dolls. But I've been venturing out, so I have all kinds of different dolls on my channel. Some dolls that I had growing up as a girl. And now some of these dolls, which I would love to create a space where I have like their little kitchen and their little horse and all that fun stuff. Oh my goodness, you're so fun. Oh my gosh. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the things free from this side first. So weird the way they do things here. They definitely make sure that the dolls are in there really well. Now, a doll that I don't have is my, what is it called? American Girl dolls. Now, the American Girl dolls, like they're like $100 and probably more because of Canadian dollars in comparison. These are specialty dolls. Now, if they're not, these Life dolls are $39 or $37. It wasn't even 39 because these were, they're like 34 or something just with a regular outfit. But the Harry Potter thing and the whole theme of Harry Potter, they were 49. So, but my American Girl dolls, I think they're really expensive. If I was to guess, I'm pretty sure those ones are quite expensive. And like, I don't know if one of those are in the future for me. First of all, not until all the tariffs and things change. Another little suitcase. And until that kind of stuff changes. And also, with the exchange and everything, it's quite costly. Now, I think Julie at My Country Cottage got an American Girl doll. If I could see them, maybe I probably could get it on Amazon. And then that probably would be, if that's something I'd want to do. I'd like to know the differences really between these dolls. They're all 18-inch dolls. Why is American Girl so expensive? Just because it's the brand. I don't know the real big difference. Now, I cut some of that fur off, that little thing, trying to get that off. Now, that peeves me off that I did that, but I couldn't see what I was doing. Look, a little bit of the fur from this little lion. It's just you can't see what you're doing. Like, I want to get this, and I can't see, and I hate that they got them. I think everything's good there. But yeah, like, what's the difference? It's just the brand name, I think, that's the big difference with American Girl and these other dolls. Now, the Disney dolls have, like my Aurora, has big giant eyes compared to our generation and My Life dolls. But they're all considered, I believe they're all considered like 18-inch dolls for, what are you attached with? For clothes and stuff. I got some clothes from Temu a little while back. I did a video on some of those for my Aurora, which will fit these ones too, which is really fun. Oh my gosh, are you going to come out as your hair? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Now, we're going to set that, well,
it in there. We'll put that in there. Yeah, there. Oh, we need the little envelope and the little piece of paper. Don't rip the piece of paper, Belinda. God help us. Get it out. Get it out, get it out. There we go. These are just little funny little additives. Ugh. Okay, now she has something around her hair. I don't want her hair. I like their hair out unless I do their hair. She has something around her hair to which I'm just going to cut off. I think it was just to keep her hair in place in the box. Gosh, I always worry that I'm going to cut half her hair off or something doing this. They have her in there so well. Okay. How nice, guys. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to get the combs to these ones. This is going to be a live I do. And you can see the back. It's almost like a hood. They have a hood. She is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, they are so pretty. What pretty dolls. My goodness. You're so pretty. Now, they're good clothes to have, to dress up and to take off. And it's just the expense because it is a Harry Potter doll. And so she came with her lion, her little suitcase, and her little pieces of paper for going into wizardry school. And of course, her wand. How exciting, guys. Are you going to stand okay? Yeah. She's going to stand okay. So I thought when I was away, I wasn't going to be surrounded by dolls, but here I am. Surrounded by dolls. I'm tickled pink. Tickled pink. Stand up. Now she's going to stand up. And this one, you have your lion and your suitcase and everything there. She's a little messy. She has her things everywhere. She's going to stand up here. So guys, her face looks a little, maybe it's because she's not up to the camera as close, but what a wonderful a day. Her hair's a lot longer, it appears to be. Maybe that's a big difference in the American Girl dolls is their hair. But these are really fun dolls, guys. So thank you everyone for joining me when I open these dolls. I'm going to do a live, maybe this evening. I'll do a live if you're around. I'll do a live and I will change some of these dolls, put them in some PJs. I only have a couple of other outfits, but I'd like to compare the bodies on this particular doll and those dolls. Her head actually looks more dainty. Let me see. Yeah, see her head is more dainty. It's more narrowed in around but their lips look very similar. How interesting. This is our generation and that one is my life. But their lips look very similar. And these two girls have the same face, I believe. Is their eye color the same? One's brown, one's blue. They have eyelashes on, like actually eyelashes on the eyelids that open and close. And they also have painted eyelashes above. So that is very cool. Now the other gal that I have, stand, whoop, stand. They need doll stands. I think they need doll stands to stand. When I get a shelf for them, I believe they're going to need doll stands because I don't want them sitting. There. Yeah, she doesn't have painted eyelashes. She doesn't. I don't know what it is. I love all of these dolls, but there's something about her face that I like quite a bit. And her hair. Her hair feels more fuller than these. But yeah, it's definitely more fuller. But when I get brushing these hairs out, I'll see. But her hair is more fuller. So guys, once again, thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful day, guys. Take care. Bye.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it.